Well, good morning, and welcome to another episode with your girl Audrey from Math by Audrey. So, I want to know, can you solve this in 1 minute? So, hold your answers until the end of the timer as you guys are coming in. You're probably like, whoa, we're getting started right from the beginning. Yep. Can you solve this, or really simplify this, in 1 minute? There's a reason why there is a timer. Try to do it to the best of your ability. Now, if you're not sure how to do it, when the timer goes off, that's when you're going to put a question mark. So you can still be part of the activity, and it's okay. I'm going to still break this stuff down step by step. So, in 20 seconds, we're going to put our answers up. So all I ask is, can you solve this in 1 minute? And just try to do the best that you can. Alright, almost there. Can you almost solve it? Right, and okay. Go ahead and put your answers up. I know a lot of people are like, math so early in the morning. Yes, this is what we're doing. Okay, go ahead and see if you can put your answers in. If you're just like, I'm almost there, I'm almost done. But still try to put your answer that you have. So we're doing 45 x to the 5th y to the 2nd divided by 5x squared y to the 4th. Now you might have part of it, you might have all of it. But go ahead and put your answers into the comments. Alright, so B, you're saying 9x cubed y squared. Thank you, B Heart. Love that. Okay, don't be afraid, don't be ashamed. Like, I don't even know where to start. You know, if you're not sure where you can start, we got to start somewhere. Okay, Ashley, trying to make new besties. Oh yeah, we're going to do it together, Ashley. Not a problem. Oh, thank you, and welcome on in. Alright, David is here. Hello, Nicole's here. Alright, so let's take it step by step. Okay, so we're doing basically division. We are dealing with the exponents. Now, if you want to take a look, we're basically, let me clarify this a little bit. There we go. If we take it separately, we have 45 divided by 5. We have x to the 5th divided by x squared. And we have y squared divided by y to the 4th. So if we split it up, we might be able to see it just a little bit clearer. So if we work with the 45 divided by 5, we're just doing simple division, okay? So 45 divided by 5 is 9, okay? Because 9 times 5 gives me 45. Now this is the part that's probably holding a lot of people back. So we have x to the 5th divided by x squared. Well, x to the 5th is the same as saying I'm multiplying my x's 5 times. Let me move that over a little bit. Over x being multiplied to itself 2 times. When you're dividing, you're going to have cancellation here, because x divided by x will give me 1. And also here, x divided by x will also give me 1. But what's left over? We have 3 x's remaining. And where are they located? In the numerator. So this is x times x times x, which is equivalent to saying x cubed. So this is why they say when you divide, you can just simply subtract the exponents. Okay? So 5 minus 2 will give you 3. If you want to see it with the extension form, you can do it like this. But after a while, you know that if when I'm doing division, I'm going to subtract my exponents. But then, we're coming to the y's. So for our y's, we have y, times y. I think this pen's about to die. Let's see what we got. Y times y times y times y. So we're multiplying y to itself 2 times for the numerator, multiplying y to itself 2 times in the denominator. So yep, that's what you're going to get. So if you cancel out 1 set, 2 set of y's, we have 2 y's left. But where are they located? That's the key part. They're going to be located in the denominator. Because if I just did simple subtraction, if I did my y with the 2 minus 4, I would have gotten a negative 2. Anytime you get a negative exponent, you have to do dropping down to the denominator to make it positive. Or you can do the subtraction, but your answer is going to go where your largest exponent is. So my largest exponent is going to be in the denominator. So that's where y squared is going to go. So now let's clean this up. So we have our 9, which is the same as saying 9 over 1. So that means the 9 is going to be in the numerator. Whereas, or with, the x cubed. But where that y squared is going to go? In the denominator. Okay, that's where the y squared is going to go. So when you are dividing, you're subtracting your exponents. When you subtract your exponents, in order to eliminate trying to flip your brain all over the place, just take your answer that you would get wherever has your largest exponent, that's where your answer is going to go. So here we had x to the 5th divided by x squared. Well, 5 is bigger than 2, so you're going to put your answer, which is 3, x cubed, in the numerator. So when you did your 2 and your 4, when you subtract those two, you're going to get an answer of 2, and you're going to put its answer in the denominator because the 4 is bigger. All right? Hey, Ambler. All right? Not a problem, vacation. Yes. All right, let's see. Let me clean myself up and let me reset my clock. All right, so let's see. Can you do this in a minute? So for people that are just coming in, okay, try to do this in 1 minute. Do not put your answers in. When the time is expired, that's when you're going to put your answers in. Okay? So going through step by step. Alright. Okay, hold your answers. Wait until hold your answers. You need to find the medium. When the time expires, that's when you guys are going to put your answers up. Okay? Alright, so for people that are coming in, we need to hold your answers, wait until the time expires, okay? We're going to see if you can do it in 1 minute. Alright, go ahead and put your answers in. Let's see what you get. Interesting, Joseph. Okay, alright. So, Polo, I see you. Joseph, I see you. Okay, Michelle, I see you. Lillian, I see you. Okay. SG, I see you. Alright. Okay. Is that Mattis? I see you. Twisted, I see you. Them, I see you. Miss Whatsoever 5, I see you. The Pat Moore, I see you. Okay. Joseph, you're switching up. Okay. Alright. Okay, nickname, I see you as well. Not sure how you got that, but we're going to talk about it in the morning. Okay. Rhea! morning. How are you, love? Okay, Eva, I see you. Goat, I see you. Okay, Brenda, I see you. Okay, so now I'm starting to see what the pattern is. Okay, Suck, I see you. Don't remember what medium is. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for your honesty, because a lot of other people are saying the same thing, and I can tell based on their answers. All right, so now the median. A lot of people get this mixed up with mean. Now, mean, okay, mean is your average. That's when you add all your numbers up and divide by the number of numbers. Okay? That's why they have this little symbol. Okay? The line is representing division, and the X is representing how many numbers you have. Okay? Now, the median is middle. You see how the word mid is in there? Mid. Because, think about it. If you're feeling mid, it's always like you're not happy, but you're not sad. You're just kind of like, all right, you're in the middle, right? That's what's happening here. But here's the key thing. You have to put your numbers in numerical order. So right now you're seeing I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers here. And everybody's like, oh, okay, I'm going to count to the middle. And the middle number is 22. No. First, we have to put all these numbers in order. So the lowest number we have a 5, then we have an 8. I like to cancel out as I go through. There's a 10, there's a 12, you got 2 15s, and the 22. So we're trying to find the middle. So what you do is you count towards the middle. And since it's an odd number of numbers, that means we should have a clear answer. If it was an even number, like if I added another number onto this, I would have to basically figure out what would be in between. Okay, so for this instance, our answer is going to be 12. Okay, so first off, median, mid, okay, that means the middle. You have to put your numbers in order, then you count towards the middle. So if I just say, I'm going to add a number. This is something different. Our answer for this one is 12. But if I said, I'm going to add a 2. So now, if I count towards the middle, it's going to be a number that's going to be between 10 and 12. So for a second, thank you, XL. All right, thank you, Michelle. Sometimes you just have to use common sense, okay? This is what I think about it. You have 10, you have 12. Some of us will say, oh, add those two together and divide by 2. Or think about it. What number is between 10 and 12? That's going to be 11. All right? So the median is the middle number, okay? The mean is when you're adding up your numbers and dividing by how many numbers you have. Okay, that's the average. All right? Fabulous. Okay. Let's see. Can you do this one? Oops. Sorry, let me get my phone situated. Can you do this one in 1 minute? Okay. Hold your answers to the end. Okay. Hold your answers to the end. Try to do the best that you can. If you're not sure, you have a question mark that you can use in the chat. Okay. I'm glad you like this, Buddha. Most frequent. Eduardo, good morning. Buenos dias. Okay. Deb, I got you. Hello. Okay. All right, Trip. Have a good day. Hopefully I'll see you in a few. Okay, we're almost there. 10 seconds. And then we're going to post our answers up. All right. Go ahead and post your answers. What is the rate of change of the following points? -8.5 and 3.7. Okay, Michelle's not sure. Okay, thank you. What level of math is this? This one's like algebra, I'm in algebra 1. Okay, so you're saying 211s. All right, G Christian, thank you. Don't remember? Not a problem, Lillian. I got you. Okay, Bryce, I got you. All right, good. I'm glad that you think it's easy. Fabulous. Okay. Is it cry or is it cree? Or is it neither? Please correct me if you can. Okay, Miguel, I see you. Thank you for your answer. Square root of 125? Interesting. Okay. Okay, mind the gap. I see you. All right. So, let's take a look. First thing that probably threw you guys off was the term rate of change. Okay? Say you can't read. Oh, why can't you read? Come on. All right, rate of change, that's another name for slope. Okay, remember slope is basically dealing with the gradient, how steep a line is. Okay? So if they're giving us 2 points, and we go reading from left to right, that's how we do here, this is going to be the first point that I see. Now if you want to go from this point to this point, you can do that. So since this is the first point that I see, every point has coordinates. There's an x and there's a y. So since this is the first point I see, I'm going to put my subscripts of 1s. So I'm saying the first point, x is -8, and the first point, y is 5. So here for the second point, I'm going to put the subscript of 2. So the x-coordinate of the second point is a 3, and the y of the second point is a 7. So the way that we calculate our slope or rate of change is simply saying the change or the difference of our y's over the change and the difference of our x. So this triangle symbol means delta. It's a Greek sign meaning delta, meaning change, difference. So some people like to do it as y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Okay? So, using this formula, we're going to plug in our information. So our y2 is 7 minus our y1, which is 5, over our x sub 2, which is 3, minus our x sub 1, which is -8. Now, this is the part that generally gets a lot of people mixed up. Because when they substitute, they will just substitute the -8. But they would substitute this minus sign with the negative to make this into a keep it as a -8. There we go. Okay, but we're going to do our calculations because a negative times a negative will give us that positive. It's really going to be 3 plus 8. That's where the 11's coming from. So now we have our 7 minus 5. That gives us our positive 2. So our rate of change, hey Dom, is going to be 2 over 11. Now, just like I always like to do, there's more than one way of doing this. So if I did y sub 1 minus y sub 2 over x sub 1 minus x sub 2 will I get the same answer? So I naturally read from left to right. Okay, I know there's a lot of international people that read from right to left. And that's what this formula was designed from. People that read naturally from right to left. But if I read from left to right, will I get the same answer? So my y1 is 5 minus my y2, which is 7, over my x1, which is negative 8, minus my x2, which is 3. So 5 minus 7, that will give me a negative 2. And negative 8 plus a negative 3. Notice how I said that? Because this minus sign is acting as a negative for the 3. So negative 8 plus negative 3, that gives me a negative 11. And a negative divided by a negative, that will give me a positive. So guess what? You'll get the same answer. Okay, you will get the same answer. But the key thing is you're taking the difference of your y's over the difference of your x's. Okay? So I think a lot of people, they do well with doing the difference of the y's with y2 minus y1, but then they get it mixed up when it comes to the x's. So I always say, just go from left to right, left to right. All right? Okay? So, let's try the next one. Can you solve this? You're like, what? Yes, in 1 minute. Okay, do not put your answers in. Wait until the end of the timer to put your final answer in. Give it a try. It's okay. Okay. All right, Vendetta, I see you. Okay, so hold your answers until the end of the timer. Okay, once the timer ends, then we're going to put all our answers at the same time. Okay, hold your answers until the end of the timer. Alright. Okay, go ahead and put your answers up. Okay, go ahead and put your answers up. Alright, so Meat, I see you. Smart Life, I see you. Jay, I see you. Tommy, I see you. Ha! I see you. Glenn, oh, you switched your answers, Glenn? I see you. Okay, Michelle, thank you for your honesty. My Dead Skull, I see you. Buddha, I see you. Okay. Ooh, Noble? Maybe? I see you. Okay, Heaven, I see you. Temp, thank you for your honesty. Beetlejuice, let me see if I say it 3 times. I see you. Robs, I see you. Ethan, I also see you. Okay. Good. 2 for shoppers, I see you. Oren, I see you. Okay. Alright, I see you. Alright, Zap, I see you. Forgot the math rule. Okay, I got you. Because you know I'm going to show this. It's like it's got to be. You sure it's got to be? Alright, so we are solving for x. Now, the key goal that we're trying to achieve when we're solving an equation is to get the variable by itself. And I know you looked at this whole thing and you're like, what in the blessed of all things? So, almost thinking like PEMDAS in reverse. The last 2 things you have to do in PEMDAS is usually addition and subtraction. So, since the x is involved in this division part, what we're going to do is we're going to focus our attention on the 14. we need for this 14 to come to the other side of the equal sign. And I know some people like to have like a dividing, like a little wall or something, so you know what one side of the equal sign versus the other side of the equal sign looks like. So if we do our inverse, we're going to do the opposite of addition, which is subtraction. So we're going to subtract the 14 on both sides. So when we have plus 14 and minus 14, that gives me a 0. But we got all this fun stuff that's happening over here on the left-hand side. So we don't need that 0 as a placeholder. But now 19 minus 14, that gives us our 5. So I'm going to put my equal 5 right here. And now I'm going to recopy everything else. So this is our 5 times 2x minus 10 divided by 2. Now, so I'm going to cover this part up so we can focus our attention on one thing at a time. So I know some people will say, hey, why don't you do the distributive property? You can. And remember, there's more than one way to solve this. But I'm trying to think of how can I lessen things so I don't have to worry about multiplying somewhat larger numbers. Since this is really division, the inverse of division is multiplication. So I want to multiply both sides of the equal sign by whatever my denominator is, which is a 2. So when I divide both sides by 2, 2 divided by 2 will give me 1. And anything times 1 is going to be itself. So now I'm going to bring down my 5 times 2x minus 10 equals, and what's it going to equal? 5 times 2, which is 10. Okay. All right. See, this is not the platform for you, my love. Okay. So now we're going to bring this down. So again, you're looking at it like, hey, Miss Audrey, like we could, if you want to, if you feel so inclined, you could do the distributive property. That's true. But 5 is being multiplied by 2x minus 10. What's the inverse of multiplication? It's division. Why not divide both sides by the 5? 5 divided by 5 will give me 1. But remember, 1 times anything is going to be itself. So I can bring down the 2x minus 10. And then over here, we have 10 divided by 5. That gives us 2. Okay. Yep, and that's what we're going to get next. That's fine. So now we have 2x minus 10 equals 2. So we're really getting down to the heart of it. So I want to, run out of space for myself. I want to move this negative 10. Okay, this minus sign is what's attached to the 10. So I want to add 10 on both sides. Okay, so we're going to bring down our 2x because negative 10 and positive 10 gives me 0, but I don't need that 0. Then we have 2 plus 10. That gives us 12. And yes, divide both sides by 2 because 2x, that's multiplication. And the inverse of multiplication is division, which does give you your answer of 6. Okay? All right, there you go, Alex. Okay, so could you have done it with the distributive property? Yes. Okay, you could have done it with the distributive property. If you wanted to take it from, let's see if I can come off this. Yeah, we got this. Okay, so you still want to isolate it, so you still want to move the 14 over to the other side of the equal sign. You are going to be subtracting. But then, when you get here, get it out the fraction form, because we know how much you love fractions. No. Alright, so you multiply both sides by 2. So when you get it to this part, I'm going to put it like right next to this. So when you get to this part, if you want to do the distributive property, you can. Okay, this is what we got from here. If you want to distribute, the key thing is make sure you distribute to everything inside the parenthesis. A lot of you guys will stop here and just bring down the minus 10. No, distribute that 5 to everything. So you have your 10x minus 50 is equal to 10. So what do we have to do from here? We need to add 50 then you get your 10x is equal to 60. Then you divide both sides by 10 and you get x is equal to 6. Okay? Now, when you're taking any of these standardized tests, the key thing is, once you see your 10x equals 60, remember, they're not going to want to see all your work. I show all this work because you get to see where it's coming from. But if you're taking the SAT, the ACT, GED, at so many letters, GED, GREs, GMATs, everything got a G to it. Okay, ASVAB, Accuplacer, they're not going to look at your work. They just care about the answer. Okay, so if you see your answer before you get down to the solving, bubble it, circle it, and move on. Okay? All right? Beautiful. Okay. All right. Let's see. Flip this back over. Okay, got 2 more problems. Let's see if you can do this in 1 minute. Can you do this in 1 minute? Okay, you like distributive property? Awesome. Why did the LCM only get distributed to equals 5? Oh, because you're trying to cancel out the fraction. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. And there was only equals 5 over that side. Oops. Okay, so hold your answers. Hold your answers until the time expires. Alright, try to do the best that you can. Alright, flash up your answers. Let's see what you guys get. Okay, so Terry, sometimes you're not personally using them, but you're using the product of it. So a lot of the items that we have, how a lot of our containers, food containers are shaped, a lot of our phones, our calculators, our clothing designs, a lot of that is coming from the math of it. So why are we doing it? Because I don't know what you want to do with life. So when you get into a situation, you can say, oh, I understand that calculation because I've seen it before, versus what the hell is that, right? Sorry, Lord. I know it's the Lord's Day, so sorry. So that's why we do a lot of these things, because we don't know where you want to get yourself into. So because some people did the calculations, a lot of the stuff that we're doing is more advanced. That's why. Okay, Buddha, I see you. Sin, I see you. Victoria, I see you. Kiss Lips, I see you. User 19, I see you. Let me come back. Vendetta, I see you. Vaughn, I see you. Belle, I see you. Just a couple more. Brenda, I see you. My number 2, I see you. Okay. Rhea, I see you. Okay. So let's take a look. What we're looking at was what's called function notation. So we're basically looking at the function of x, aka your y value. So notice that the 5 and the x are in the same spots. So they say they want you to look at this particular function, which is the f function, and we want you to put 5 where the x's are. So if I do this, it's going to look like this. So you have 3 with a parenthesis, minus 4, minus 5 with a parenthesis, plus 10. Okay? So wherever we see an x, we can put a 5. Okay, this is going to be one way of showing it, and I'll show it the other way in a moment. So now we have 3 times 5, that gives me 15, minus 4. And this negative 5 times 5, that gives me negative 25, plus 10. Okay, so going from left to right. So when we have our 15 minus 4, that gives us 11. Okay, 11 minus 25, I'm going to bring down my plus 10 too. So now we have 11 minus 25, that gives me a negative 14. Bring down to plus 10. Then negative 14 plus 10, that gives me a negative 4. Okay, notice how I narrow it down to our answer. That's one way of doing it. Another way, we had our 3x minus 4, our minus 5x plus 10. This is just another way of doing it. We have like terms. We can combine, we have 2 sets of like terms, so we can combine those two. So 3x plus negative 5x, hear how I'm saying it. 3x plus negative 5x, that will give me a negative 2x. I think a lot of us get confused, like, is it a minus or is it a negative? And the answer is yes. Because the minus is a negative. Okay, you're going in the negative direction, you're usually subtracting. So here we go. Negative 4 plus 10. So that gives me a positive 6. So after I combine my like terms, then I could substitute that 5. So now I have negative 2 times 5, which gives me a negative 10, plus 6, which gives me a negative 4. Okay, so there's one of 2 ways. So if you want to combine them, you can combine them. Hey Black, how are you? All right, so if you want to combine, you can combine them, then do the substitution. But if you want to do it individually and just substitute straight from its original form, you can do that. Okay? All right. So we have one more to go. One more, and then we're done. Yes, because I have to do some cleaning of this house. It's getting kind of ridiculous. All right, so can you do, okay, all right, that's the fastest way? Sure. Let's get this done in a minute. Let's go. Okay, hold your answers for people that are coming in. Hold your answers until after the time is expired. Okay, try to do it to the best of your ability. If you're not sure what it is, you can put a question mark. Okay, if you're not sure what it is, you can put a question mark. Yes. Oh, you didn't get a notification? Hold your answers, Henry. Until the end. Hold your answers until the time goes off. If you're not sure what the answer is, put a question mark. Okay? Hold your answers until the end. Henry's like, oh shoot. Yes, I called you out. Brenda, hold your answers. You're welcome. Okay, hold your answers until the end. All right, no problem, Henry. I appreciate you. Okay, now put your answers. I know, it's hard. We're in the world of instantaneous gratification. It's tough. Okay. All right, what do we have? Okay, Snoopy, how are you? All right, so Pudding, we got you. Viral, we got you. Flirtatious Kitty, look at you with the names. We got you. I feel kind of weird because I haven't called anybody daddy today. I guess they're all asleep. Boo, I got you. Ebony, do I do personal tutoring? Yes, I do. Just go ahead and message me. Shay, I got you. Okay, Miss Blashes, I got you. Okay, Sin, I got you. Pie, I got you. For your teams are homeschooled? Perfect. Got you. All right, so. Yep, got Sin. So, mistyped. All right, got you, Vendetta. Thank you. All right, so let's take a look. So if a car travels at a constant speed of, that's important, 65 miles per hour. Then they ask, how many miles? This is what we're looking for. It's going to cover 4 hours. Now, they're talking about miles, they're talking about hours, okay? And they're giving us our speed. Do you see it? So if they're talking about miles, hours, and speed, this is one of those distance, rate, and time type of questions. Distance is always at the top. Our rate or our speed, I'll put it speed today. And then we have our time. So I use this to kind of help with, am I multiplying or am I dividing? So what are we looking for? We're looking for how many miles. Miles is our distance. So if we're looking for distance, I'm covering up the D, and what's left is my S and my T. The S is the speed. So that's 65. The T that they're giving us, the hours, which is 4. If we think miles per hour, that means we're multiplying. Okay? What are we multiplying? By 4. Okay? So if we're looking for miles, we're covering up the D, and we're doing the S and T. So when we multiply, we got 5 times 4, that gives me 20, carry the 2. Then we have 6 and 4, that's 24, plus 2, 26. So how many miles? 260 miles. Okay? All right? Okay, so SA Sports, I love how you say that's too easy. Now, we got to remember, not everybody learns exactly the same. Not everybody got a breakdown like this when they were in class. They were just saying, here's a word problem, figure it out. So that's why I come on here to break a lot of these concepts down step by step. So, and plus to give a little tips. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are thinking like, yeah, I just need the quick tips so I can hurry up and pass this test. Well, if you don't understand the work that goes behind it, you're not going to understand the tip. And then when you try to use the tip or the trick to solve your answers, on the test, you get confused. So have you ever like come in a situation where you understand it during the live, and then when you try to talk it to yourself, you're like, oh God, what did that person say? And then you totally forget, right? Good evening. All right. So the triangle. So the triangle, this is what I use for distance, rate, and time formulas. So if they're saying for this one, they said for how many miles? Miles represents your distance. So if I cover up the D, that means I need to multiply the other two given information, which was the speed, and the speed was 65, and then the how many hours, which is your T. So you will multiply your speed and your time. If you're looking for speed or your average rate, that means you would take your distance and divide by your time. If you need to say, well, how long will it take, that will be your time. So I will cover the T, and that means I would take my distance and divide by the speed. Okay, so that's how I use that little triangle. All right. Okay, so this is how I break things down. If you need more practice, okay, yep, if you need more practice with this, this is why I designed these books called Algebra at Your Pace. And there's also some practice flashcards that you can do. I was talking about this all day yesterday. I was happy to go to a convention, and it was fun. But if you do need more practice, remember, everyone says, oh, you just need to practice and you'll do well with the test. But if you don't understand the concepts behind the test, how are you going to practice? You're going to practice incorrectly. So they're not just regular workbooks, but it breaks down so much of the concepts. You'll scan a QR code, you'll be able to write down your notes. Okay, after we do a couple of notes and a couple practice problems from the videos, you get extra practice problems that you can work with. So it really helps guide you. This is perfect for homeschool parents that just need their kid. You see the QR code right here? We went to multiplying and dividing integers. And then we had some extra practice problems for them to do. You do several problems in the video. My videos are not 5 minutes long. They're 20 minutes long. You see how much details I do for a lot of these practice points that we did? The exact same stuff, and how I break stuff down is exactly what you will see in the videos. Now, at the ends of these, there's a quiz that you will take to summarize all the information in here, but I also give reference sheets. We tend to forget certain things. We forget about the rules of integers, so I got you right here. We forget how to add, subtract, multiply, or divide decimals, or even fractions. I got that for you, okay? All right. GCSEs? No, because I'm in the States, and I'm not sure how much in detail that they do, okay? So do I have some in Ghana? What do you mean, do I have some in Ghana? Okay, all of my books are available on the A. Okay, can't say the word. But a lot of these have the reference sheets. And plus the first book, you can get practice with exponents. Remember we were talking about exponents? So we have a little bit of addition, we have a power to power, we have a little bit of the division. Remember we did this today? Okay, talked about how to break these lovely concepts down so you can practice, okay, having it hands-on. So there's 1 out of 10 volumes, but you can get a digital copy of this book, so you can get it right in your email today. If we go to my TikTok, eventually it will come on. Oops. And if you notice, I know it's a little bright, there we go. So if we notice right here, there is my link. So the Stand Store, okay, once you go here, the Stand Store will help you out with a lot of things, okay? One of the main things it will help you out with, I do a recording of all my lives. Give me a few moments to upload this one. But if you notice, between the Facebook and the LinkedIn is my YT channel. So if you click on that, you'll actually see all of the videos. I know it's a little crazy bright in here. You'll see all the videos that I do. So you can come here, notice my TikTok lives. You can see all of my TikTok lives that I did recently. Was on Friday. Okay, so you can take a look at all of those videos. Okay, so that's one place you can go to. Now, if you're just like, hey Audrey, I like this, I want to actually, practice a little bit more. Sorry, it's a little extra bright. There we go. Okay, there is a free checkup that you can go in there if you want to check in your skill set. And you want to do different types of things and see how you do. You can do this free checkup. All right, you're so welcome. Okay. What? Crazy Mark, what are you saying? Need something. Yeah, Crazy Mark. Be a little less crazy and get it together. Bring it together, because I need all that. All right, so a lot of the digital downloads I have here. I have a few different systems that can help walk you through it. Okay, you can get the whole entire of my system. Take a look. If you want the individual books and just want to try it out for yourself, you can do that. Okay, and then I have all of my sample books. Notice I have all 10 of the books. I have practice exam books that you can get for the GED, the ASVAB, the Accuplacer, but I also have the ASVAB math practice books. If you just want the books, you can get those. But if you want the practice books with a video answer key, with me breaking down each and every step of those books, this one has 210 questions. This one has 135 questions. And if you want me to break down each and every one of those, you can get the ones with the answer key. Okay? So, all of the steps, a lot of fun hands-on activities. Okay, from verbal to algebraic, I've done a few of those here. Okay, some of my other answer cards. So, but if you really want the physical book, okay, got to come all the way down to the bottom where it says physical books and resources. You can come here to shop for the resources, and what happens, it will take you to a link that's in my website. Sorry, it's all kind of crazy. From my website, and then if anything, it will take you directly to that book that is on the A. Okay, so you don't have to keep searching all over the place. You can figure out which book you want, but they do not do bundles on the A. The only bundles you get is here on my Stan store. Okay? Now, my suggestion personally, if you're serious about it, you're like, I need help, message me. Okay? So go directly to, once you get to that profile pic that's on the left-hand side, click on that and send me a message. All right? So once you send me a message, then we can talk through what will be a great plan for you. Because here's my next thing, ladies and gentlemen. What are you going to do with all this information that you got today? Like, think about it. I'm going to ask this question until everything's over and done with. So you did all this lovely work. Okay, we did a lot of great stuff today. But what are you going to do with it? Is it just going to be another picture on your phone, and then you're going to keep wishing and hoping that you can pass this test? Or are you going to get some, hey, I need a little help, Audrey? Okay? I know sometimes you just need to trust people, and I get it. But I really want you to understand that you can do this. Don't let the math test hold you back from what you want to do. Okay? I don't want that for you. That's why I designed these books. That's why I designed these activities. Okay? Just so we can have all of this. Okay? So again, if you have any questions, go ahead and send me a message. Don't just say hi. Tell me which test are you thinking about doing, or maybe you're trying to help your kids doing like homeschooling. Maybe you just I just want to get better at math. I've had people ask me for that. Okay, so just let me know. All right, everyone. Well, have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope to see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. Take care. Bye now.